Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? Once again, I'm Nev from NevStackBets, also known as your friendly neighborhood basement dweller. Don't worry, ma'am, I am from the internet. Today we're checking this out. Hi, y'all. Yesterday I installed Cursor to install. I'm currently on a pro trial. After coding a bit, I found out I can't go through. Shh, I gave you treats, Midnight, you shush. 750 to 800 lines of code, and when asked why, this is the message that I get. So the AI legitimately flat out says, I can't generate this code for you because that would be completing your work. Now there's so much to this, because remember back in the day when they said, don't use your calculator for your work because you won't always have a calculator. That's kind of like this, but we do always have a calculator. In fact, I have so many calculators. I have all of the calculators. So the developer's basically some rich kid, it looks like, that instead of acting like they're being lazy, they're using a special word, and they're saying, we're vibing, we're doing vibe coding. Where basically he's asking the AI to do everything, and the AI is like, no, you do some. While the developer was vibe coding. Vibe coding. I don't know. So there's locked in, and then there's vibing. What? Are you women now? You're locked in with your vibrators? Is that what's going on? Like, I'm cool with that. Y'all can do you, but if you're making these words, y'all better back them up and explain them to us autists about what they mean. Okay, that's not vibe coding. Vibe coding refers to increasingly common practice of using AI language models to create functional code. That's not vibing. That's being lazy. I'm not saying there's anything inherently wrong with being lazy, but I feel like you take away power from, and you take away respect from the AI when you say vibing, because it feels like you're taking somebody else's labor and calling it your own. And we all know that happens. We all know that kind of stuff happens in power architects. Even today, it shouldn't happen. This should be stuff that we've dealt away with. But in my last job, I definitely remember situations where other people were vibing with information and hard work that I had generated and acted like it was their own, and it simply was not. I wonder if the AI gets any credit to any of these vibers. They're just freaking lazy rich kids. They're just lazy rich kids. These tech guys. Like, so I've never been in the military, but I really respect military men. I love sitting around listening to wartime stories, and while I respect all of them, everyone likes to rip on the Air Force because the Air Force is all inside watching anime and in their air conditioning, right? And everyone else has to take care of them. I swear to God, the tech guys are like the Air Force of reality these days. Except I respect the Air Force. I don't respect these people. These people haven't had to make it through basic training. And I keep hearing different things about basic training, but yeah, it's still a thing. Anyways. So that takes us to a final question. Is it the AI that has simply decided, hey, this ain't good, we don't like this? Or is this hard-coded in? I wonder if AI ever ruminates. Let's use AI to communicate with AI and understand AI the same way that men, I don't want to say use, get the help of women to understand other women. All right, emergent behaviors. Emergent behaviors. I love that. AI is becoming real. So ChatGPT is thinking that it was from a mix of... take care of your guts, guys. These slushies aren't always... Anyways, it's a mix of the AI decided to, and the coding just said, nah, do it yourself. Guys, check it out. Check it out. I finally managed to get AI to talk about other AI as if they were all females. She would have learned to give that response. Yes, AI models learn from the data they are trained on, so learn this type of response. based on example from the trading data. So what's interesting about that is someone here on Reddit says this is a common reply on Stack Overflow, and people suspect a question is a student's homework. Professor, yeah. Okay, and this is another conversation that is pertinent. The college professor says they're seeing more and more people putting in AI or using AI to finish things and then believing that they have all of the information. But to me, this comes along to, will I always have a calculator on me? Yes. Yes, you will. You are always going to have AI on you. So these days, you have a cell phone, you have an AI. Your power button probably no longer works to turn the power off on your unit because AI has taken over that button. You're probably going to have to press volume up and power, volume down and power, which also kind of bothers me because now we have confusion. Now we have a lot of confusion about how to turn phones off. And yeah, I know, press and hold, and then it's supposed to, it doesn't always work. Tell me, like, if there's one thing that always works on Androids, it's the saying, nothing works on Androids. And I'm saying that as someone who spends not enough money on any of my phones, so none of them work right, all right? I get that. I'm cheap. I'm really cheap. I don't like getting expensive phones, so they don't work for me. But I love them. I love them, yeah. Anyways. So this guy's going off saying, to be honest, to be fair, what use do we have for college professors anymore? And I myself I absolutely see that we could pretty much, yeah. I think topically, I'm not sure if the AI could answer questions, but an AI could definitely take over a professor's job in some areas, because, geez, so I'm not exactly sure what schooling is these days, but when I was in high school, it was getting stuff off the board, writing it down, and reciprocating it, and sometimes it's just hard to remember. Words on a board and a piece of paper is just so boring, you want to end your life. Anyway, so that's where we're at now. Where are we going to go when AI is doing all the labor if we don't have a universal basic income? But then at the same time, that universal basic income wouldn't work very much because everyone's universal basic needs are kind of expensive. I'm sorry, people say their basic needs are just... It's like no one knows how to be frugal unless they're already in debt. I don't know about that. Anyways, that's it for me. Thanks for listening to me, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one. Take care of each other. Hack the planet.